The person in the hallway of my high school calling me gay for doing the talent shows, he's not in my shoes. He's not living my life. He's not making my decisions. I am. He's commenting on them, but no different than you going to the movies and commenting about how that actor sucks. It's the same thing. You have to just live your life for you because you are the only one living it.
Well, hello. I know these intros are always so hard for me. I don't know why I'm laughing, but I want to say, well, hello, my wonderful faux queens and faux kings. My name is Jonathan Garano, and welcome to another episode of Spill the Pho. If you're new here, basically in the first episode of the week, I talk to y'all alone, by myself, in this studio, in this office, in this garage/bedroom, where I just rant and rave about marketing, my creative life, and of course, just whatever's on top of my mind, because my mind's all over the place. And then in the second episode, like this episode right here, I bring on one of my guests, one of my creative friends, and we just chit-chat about how they got where they are today in their creative life. And then, of course, because this is, Spill the Pho, we just chit-chat for a second about a different array of many topics. And this guest is no different. This phenomenal human being, his name is Tocci. If you don't know who he is, basically, he is two parts. One, he's part of Smile Squad, which has about 6 million Facebook followers and generates about 300 million content creative views a month, okay? And the second part, he has his own freaking channel as well, and you might know him as the Disney Quarantine Sing-Along guy that has over 100 million Facebook views. He's all over the place. He's doing good work, and I just want you to imagine this before we get into everything, because trust me, it's an all over the place type of podcast. But I want you to imagine this: 10 years ago, you go to Los Angeles, California, because you want to be an actor, and so you begin living in your car, you begin living on people's couches, and you start getting a lot of restaurant jobs. And even through all of this, you keep on grinding and pushing, and you never stop. And then 9.5 years later, you get a DM that changes your life. And this is really like this podcast. This podcast episode is all about how opportunity meets preparation, and also about his values on kindness, how to deal with haters, and how crazy the internet can be. And we kind of get into a little diatribe, because I have my own different variations of how to live your life and the positivity and how to deal with haters, and he does as well. And because this podcast and every episode is kind of like an evolving thesis about, hey, where do we go? How do we define our terms? How do we kind of like humanize each other? That's where we get. And it's a really fun episode. So get ready. And before we get started, if you really, 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 really enjoy these podcasts, could you do me a favor? Could you do us a favor, actually? Can you go on Apple Podcast and review this podcast? It would, it really helps everything out. And you can always watch the highlights on Instagram.com/Spill the Pho. So with that said, here we go. The wonderful, the great, the phenomenal Tocci. By the way, you're like the second person that I had today that smells exactly like this.
Oh, it's the most popular cologne.
I got you some water, by the way.
Oh, sweet. Appreciate it.
Yeah, is this the most popular cologne?
Acqua di Gio. It's rated number one by women for the past ever.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of the top 5 colognes by women. Acqua di Gio. It's Gucci.
Oh my god.
Excuse me. Yeah, it is.
So,
I think it's Gucci.
By the way, you can adjust the microphone the way that you want. I don't know, however you want it to work out for you. As long as you can hear your own voice. The closer you are to the microphone, sometimes I hold it. Ooh,
yeah,
hear that voice.
It's ASMR.
Yeah, ASMR, baby. I don't know about you, but when I was a little kid, and even now, when there's an older man who has kind of a musky cigar smell to him, I just want to give him a long fucking hug.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I'm a little on the opposites. I'm not fearful, but if it's that bold of a cologne, in my opinion, mine's subtle. You have to be in my personal space to smell it. But
and I am in your personal space, and I absolutely love it. I'm like, oh my god, Kurt, I want you all over my body right now.
But there's those colognes that someone gets in an elevator before you, and then they're not even in there anymore, and you get in there and it just musks the whole thing. I'm not
Right.
about
We
those
we
kind of
right.
colognes.
We don't want that.
No.
We don't want in the room and then he leaves and it's
And it
still
stays
there.
in
No,
the
no,
room.
no, no,
Yeah,
no, no, no.
If you're wearing that kind of cologne, man,
You want the cologne where it's around and when they leave, you're like, oh, I wish
I could
he was
smell
still
it.
here. Yes.
That intimate, like it's like, ooh, what is? It's intriguing.
Yes,
Like,
that's what the
but
cigar
I can't
thing
smell
does.
it either. I can't smell it on me right now.
Because maybe you're so used to it right now.
Maybe, but like I feel like even before I couldn't smell myself wearing it. But like if it's a strong cologne and I put it on, I'll be like, oh yeah, I can.
Do women often give you compliments about the cologne that you wear?
Not like often, but like I get you smell good. Like I have gotten it a lot since I've worn that cologne. Like
There's this, oh my God, they're so weird. I know this is like the cologne podcast, but there's this cologne. So you know Omar from Yes Theory, right?
Yes,
so,
yeah.
I'm in the weed shop of Mad Men, and we're chilling there, and all of a sudden he's there. I'm like, yo, what's up? Long time no see. We give each other a hug, and as I hug him, oh my God, it was like I was hugging someone that just came out of a dryer after after doing laundry.
Like bounce. He's like,
I don't know what it was.
Is it snug?
It was like, I don't know, it was this fabric softener of some sort or
That's
some sort of
hilarious.
cologne, and I did not want to let go of the hug.
I like the fresh smell of my own clothes.
Right.
And I'm very adamant. That's one of like my weird adult quirks. Is
Yes.
like I'm like I want detergent that's gonna make my clothes smell
Right?
really nice.
Exactly.
But not because I care about what other people think, but I want to be like,
Trader Joe's. Well, first off, I fucking text messaged Amar, and I was like, well, I did this. It's kind of weird. I did this like actually 2 months ago, 2 weeks ago or whatever. And I was like, hey, so remember last year when we met up and I gave you a hug at Mad Men? For some odd reason, I'm thinking about your body. What cologne do you wear?
that's awesome.
I know this is very strange, but just let me know. Haven't received a text.
No text back.
No
That's
text back.
Maybe the approach was too aggressive.
Maybe I think it was.
He wasn't so yes about that
No.
theory. He's like, you're like, listen to me. I have a theory. You smell fantastic.
You smell
And I
fantastic.
want you on my body. Wait, that didn't come out right.
body.
That didn't come out right. I want the smell on my body. Wait,
Smell-
just where do you buy your cologne?
Where? Dot, dot, dot,
So
dot, dot,
much
dot.
leading up
Enter,
to-
enter, happy face.
Panic. Wrong person.
I love your shirt, by the way. Be
Oh,
a good person.
Thanks, bro. Thank you.
You know, every time I watch your videos, you're always like, always have some sort of like positive message on your body. Of course, you're part of like Smile Squad, right? So of
you
course,
mean like my own content.
but your own content.
Sure.
Well, with Smile Squad, obviously, like you better wear the fucking
the uniform,
yeah,
bro.
you know the uniform.
That's it, yeah.
Smile Squad.
That's it,
You
smile,
know,
smile,
this
smile,
is smile,
smile,
smile, smile, smile, smile. But is that something that you've always had in your content to begin with? Because I was doing some research. I was like looking at like fucking the Colorado video and all these other videos, and I'm like, wait a second, this guy always has something positive or something bright in his videos. Is that something planned or what's going on?
I mean, I always definitely pick my wardrobe before.
No, I just want to make.
Oh yeah. I definitely always pick my like wardrobe strategically before I do a video. I don't like. Sometimes I'll wear a black shirt or like my outfits. I cycle through the same like 10. I have like my favorite outfits, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I try not to repeat with back-to-back videos. But this is actually a local brand in Denver where I'm from. So,
Oh wow. Be a good person. That's what his T-shirt says.
Be a good person, yeah.
Do you believe in that though?
I feel like it's the most basic concept.
How do you find that? How do
That's
you find
exactly what it says. It's the most basic concept, and it's like to be a good person, you don't have to like do like. There's no list. There's no like accomplishment or like checklist of okay, this makes you a good person. It's just at the end of the day when you make a decision or whether you treat another human that you like at the grocery store or someone who's in front. It's that moment that either you let something completely get to you and like either ruin your day or like actually offend you. Like I don't ever get offended. Someone could literally like say something rude to my face and I'll probably accept it at value of what they're saying.
Right.
And try to understand why they're thinking that way from their point of view. I won't just discredit it and like get angry at them for thinking that way because people think differently. Everyone's different and entitled to think
how they
however
think?
they want. Yeah. And I'm not gonna, who am I to like tell someone how to think or what. Like, just like when people comment on my videos and like, you're not funny. I'm like, I get that. I know I'm not the funniest human being. I know not everyone's going to like my content, and that's okay. If everyone liked my content, that would be an issue. It would be weird for me.
Right.
If everyone just loved me, I'm like, where's the criticism? Where's the different opinions? If that didn't exist, then I don't think it would be well, you know what I mean? So,
right, so you're basically meeting someone where they're at, basically.
Yes.
So it's not like, hey, so being a good person is not like being nice per se. I think what you're saying is more like, let's be just understanding of that person's actions, regardless if it's
multiple,
positive or negative. What do you mean?
It's multiple categories.
Okay.
It applies to literally everything. It can be understanding someone. It can be how you treat someone or how you handle a situation. Being a good person, you can help a stranger. You can, like, if someone is stranded on the side of the road, you know, like, are you going to stop? Like what, those little defining moments, you know, if you're in the grocery line and a mom has, you know, a bunch of groceries behind you, are you going to let them go ahead of you? You know, like, if you only have a few items or if they only have a few items kind of thing.
But what's the difference between like nice and good, right? So
I feel like nice is forced.
Nice is forced and good is...
Nice is like, I'm trying to be nice to you. But like good, just being a good person is just at face value, strip it all away, and just how you carry yourself as an individual, of the morals, I guess you can say, the moral compass you live by. In myself is to be...
But don't people have like different like values and different definitions of what their morals could be? Or do you think it's like a gut thing? Like, how do you... I
feel like there is an underlying like generic definition of being a good person, and it's and literally their tagline is, it's the most basic concept, so you can't overthink it. It's literally just the most basic thing to think about is just a good human decency to one person to another. I don't know what you're going through in your life. You don't know what I'm going through in my life. But if we interact, I'm going to leave you with a good impression, or I'm going to leave you feeling like, you know, because it's kind of like, this is one of my favorite quotes as well. It's what The Rock always says, and The Rock is the man.
I love The Rock.
He's the man. And he always goes by, people will remember things you do for them, but like, and you can do many things, but people will always remember the way you made them feel.
Right.
And I think that is like an encompassing of like how I try to live my day-to-day life, no matter who I interact with, no matter who I talk to, stranger, friend. I try to blanket that over everyone I meet. You know how some people are different, like with their girlfriend, and then around you they're different. Like,
yes, I do know some of those people. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you act the same with everyone?
That's it.
I think when I first met you, I was thinking to myself, like, who the fuck is this individual? Sweet. I come in sometimes like very, very aggressive with my. I don't want to say aggressive, very boisterous with my energy and my personality. Very open.
Yeah.
And when I first met you, I was like, oh my god, here is another open individual, like very extroverted, very out there, loud but in a positive way. Sure. Right. But there was also some sort of thing that I was like, trying to grasp, because I like to like sit back a little bit and do like my little Jonathan analytical cold reading. Hopefully I'm fucking right. If not, oh my God. Sure. It's not judgment, because judgment is like, this person's wrong or this person's right. It's more like
impression.
Right. It's like I want to figure out like who this person is. And in 2019, when we like, I think officially met, because I've been hearing your name around. Obviously, Markion and I are like really best friends. You're part of Smile Squad, fucking 5 million Facebook followers.
Dude.
More.
6.1.
Oh, that's 6.1. Congratulations, by the way.
Dude,
crushing it.
It's not just me. It's literally, it's so much more that goes into this. Markion blows my mind.
Right.
Like, the kid is insane, dude. Like, when I first met him, and he told
tell
me,
us how you first met him and everything.
No, sure. I didn't want to come. Well, you were saying something as well about
no. Weird. This is really great. This is like a bounce off. This is what the podcast is about.
Markion changed my life, hands down. He single-handedly changed my life. Granted, if I was in the videos or not or whatever, and he'll argue it all day. Like, nah, man, you did it. And I was like, no, dude. Like, he just literally opened his hand and he had this opportunity right there. And he's like, you want to change your life? And I was like, for an easy way to explain that. So here's in a nutshell. I was working part-time at a restaurant 3-4 days a week for the past 7 years. Not the same restaurant, but I'd been bouncing. Like
Right.
That's just how I was the working actor,
Right.
working at a restaurant. I was just doing the TV and film thing, trying to make it happen. I got some really good gigs, co-star roles, commercials, the usual thing, but always back to square one, and what's next kind of thing.
Right. Where's my bank account going? Where's my rent check going to come?
Things were going okay. I had, made a steady income, but at a time, actually, this is just rewind before while I was still serving tables. There was a point in my life where, and I tell everyone this, that I was dancing on the streets of Hollywood Boulevard dressed as Spider-Man to make money.
Oh, wow.
To pay for rent, like simultaneously delivering Postmates and working at a restaurant, all to just get by. And eventually things kind of, went to the surface and I got, my head above water.
Right.
And then only had to work at a restaurant because I found a great job that was making me good money. So working at a restaurant, trying to pursue acting, yada, yada. But I always liked making videos on the side. Just loved it. Like I wasn't necessarily like, I want to be a content creator because I felt like I missed that train. I missed Vine because I was working all the time. I couldn't just produce content regularly. I was always working. Missed the YouTube train because I either had to shoot my own videos or when I tried to get my friends in my videos, they were working and I was trying, so
you're trying to do so many different things,
but so many things plus acting.
Right.
So it wasn't a forefront priority. So I would always just try to put out a video every now and then. But then my cat and I actually went viral in 2017 for a ridiculous 10-second video. It just, and I was like, okay, people want more cat content, so I'm going to just do this. So
what was the video, by the way?
It was just me dancing with him in my room.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah, it was like a 10-second thing, and everyone just lost their minds over it. Cats of Instagram. Tiesto put it on his Instagram. Paris Hilton.
Right.
It was like everywhere. And I was like, it was my first experience of like, this is nuts. Like people from England calling me to license the video.
Love it.
Crazy. So anyway, that kind of got my wheels turning of, all right, I'm going to commit this year to putting out a video once a week.
Ooh.
1-minute video on my Instagram. No matter how much I'm working, I will put out a 1-minute video. And so I did that. And so I had done that for quite a while. And then in 2019, literally, I think it was, it was about January or February of 19, Markian DM'd me on Instagram. And he's like, hey, man, found your videos. We got a lot of the same morals and like we like the positivity vibe and we should, grab coffee. And I'm like, why is this guy with 3+ million followers on Facebook reaching out to me, asking me for coffee? That doesn't happen. Not in LA, dude. I've been here 9 years and I've worked, or 10 now, since 2010. I've worked with influencers on projects. I've been to their houses. I have made friends with them, but it never goes anywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, great working with you. Cool. Yeah, awesome. This is a great experience. Hit me up anytime.
See you later.
Bye. Get my $100 for the day and leave. Like, that was it.
Right.
But Markin was like, yo, let's sit down and have coffee. I was like, okay. And so we sit down. We go to this cafe near the Grove. And I tell him exactly who I am, everything I'm telling you, where I came from, all this stuff leading up to that moment, and how I was an actor. But I'm not opposed to creating content. I love just entertaining people. I love making people happy, be that on TV, be that in a movie,
Facebook
online,
videos,
Facebook
Instagram,
videos. I don't care.
Podcast.
And a podcast. I don't care. I just love. It's what I love to do as an individual. So, and that's what life is about, is it doing something that you love. So if I'm able to do that, make people happy, boom, and make money, awesome, let's go. So Marky was like, great, let's do a video. I want you to write a video, 20 jokes, and we'll film it. And I was like,
nice.
Okay, sure. And so my brain goes, Kurt, put all of the cat videos you filmed into one video and it'll be genius. And so I was like, okay, I pitched it to Marky and I was like, how about when your friend is obsessed with cats?
Okay.
And I wrote 20 jokes and I was like, he's like, oh, awesome. I haven't done a cat person video yet. I just did a dog one. And it was okay. And it did I think 4 million. I was like, yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, 4 million is nothing for Marky.
Yeah, at that time, yeah, I was like, yeah, it was all right. So we did it. He came up to my place and we filmed it. It was a great time. Got to know each other and everything. Oh no! This is why you turn your phones off.
Oh, it's
while
fine.
We film.
Go ahead. This is the podcast. It's wonderful. It's beautiful.
It's okay.
It happens.
It's all right.
Okay.
So, we shoot this video. Everything goes great. Got all the scenes, and I was super stoked. And I was just happy to just make a video for the day. I knew I had to go to work on the weekend anyway, but I was good to just do something with another creator. Awesome. If it went somewhere, fantastic. So then he edits it, and he posts it like the following week, and within like 5 days, it did 10 million views.
Yes.
And it just blew my mind. I was like, I remember I was in the shower, and I was just like, 10 million views? What? Like,
how?
And he texts me, and so Marky texts me, he goes, dude, the video is crazy, it's so good. It's like, do you want to be in another one? I was like, yes, of course. When? You let me know. And I dropped that day. I stopped submitting for anything TV and film, and I went to his house once a week, every single week, to be in one of his videos, not ones that I wrote, but just to be a third party in his video once a week of the 4 that he would film.
Right. He filmed 5 videos a week.
Yeah, 4 or 5 videos
2019.
a week. Yeah.
Very hardworking individual.
Insane.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Insane. The kid's 21 at the time. And
Fucking editing all these videos at the same time before he even hired editors.
Blows my
Amazing.
mind, man.
So you're there every week, once a week, and then...
And at that time, I thought I had the hustle. You know what I mean? Like, I thought I was like... Because like, I was making my own content, editing my own stuff, didn't have anyone. One-man army. And when I met him, I was like, dude, you are something else with what you've accomplished and gathering like Kaylin as the assistant and his editors and Alan as writers. And I was like, dude, you're a 21-year-old and you have a full staff of people because of what you've created. That is insane. You should be so like... And he's so... It like bothers me how okay with it. Everything. Well, not that it's a bad thing, but he's just like, yeah, no, it's cool. It's a whole thing. I was like, dude,
because he wants to do even more. Like
I know. He's like, I want to expand this, and I was like, you are insane. So anyway,
I love it. He's building an entire like media company.
Yes, yeah. And it's so cool to be a part of that and watch it like from where we started to where we are now.
Yeah.
Is just phenomenal.
You should make sure that, I mean, I should tell Marky on this, not thinking about it in my head right now, but you should tell Kaylin and whoever, your whole group, to start taking like Polaroid pictures.
Yeah.
And then like, writing the date.
Sure.
And then in 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, you guys can look back at it.
I think our Polaroid pictures are our thumbnails.
Okay. Okay, but try like the in office things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, that's the time that we fucking brainstormed with that podcast idea.
Yes.
That was the first time that we had lunch at this retreat. Stuff like that.
It'd be cool to have one of those Polaroids around and just snap them and then like lace a wall with all the Polaroids.
Yeah, keep that as a note. But anyway, go on.
Sure.
Sorry.
No, yeah. So it had just all started to snowball week after week as this video. I was like, dude, Markin tried to pay me too, and I was like, dude, no, I'm not about this for the money. Like, you don't gotta pay me like another actor or whatever. I'm here because I love doing this. I can support myself with my job,
restaurant job, and
totally content. I was content working at that restaurant. If I needed to be 30, 35, whatever, if I needed to be an adult working at a restaurant, paying to support myself to do what I love, I was all for it. I had no sort of like
ego behind it. I think that's what I love about you and your entire story is the fact that nothing is beneath you. And I think that's something that people that are listening is like sometimes like you go out and you want to pursue your own goal and people are like, you have to pay me right away, or I need money right away, or like, oh, I'm not going to take that like late shift because I, in a way, am better than that.
No, I would take the late shift. I would take the double. I would take the double. My dad always taught me to be greedy for yourself, but not greedy towards others.
Okay.
So like he's like, if you got that chance for that extra shift, take it. If you got that chance to work 3, 4, 5 shifts, take it, because you're going to be happier later on when you have that money to do something, to put it towards something you're like
that you
beneficial.
actually need and want.
Yeah. Take the L now, win later.
Right.
That's kind of how.
And I love that. I love that philosophy where like nothing is beneath, Kurt for that.
I just, it's not even like something I'd even double think. I would be like I said, I could work at the restaurant and make videos non-paid for the rest of my life. If that's what makes me happy, I'm cool with it. So turns out, obviously, fast forward to VidCon, I meet you. I meet Gabe. Gabe's one of my closest friends out here. And I could not be
Gabe.
Like, Gabe is just the man, dude. He's so cool.
God, Gabe, I need Gabe on this fucking podcast.
You need to get Gabe here. Yes, Gabe, get on this show, please. And I just met all these people. I was so overwhelmed with how amazing this content world was, and being in this hotel and just seeing people talk, and there's no egos. Everyone was just level playing field. Like, sure, there was the ones who were like, oh my God, look, it's Ryan Higa. That's crazy.
It's David Dobrik. My God.
Oh my God. Like, right. So you see these people, but there's like a feeling of like, I'm on the same level as these people.
Right.
Creatively,
yeah.
I can do just as much as they can. There's no limits to who is here, and that's how I try to carry myself as well. Is like just keep it at a flat line. This is who I will always be. I'm never going millions of followers. Like, kind of like Markian. Like, Markian's a perfect example. Dude doesn't act like he has any of it, which is so fantastic.
One of the biggest conversations that we always have is like we check up on each other. Yeah. And it's like, because I have anxiety, and I'm always afraid if I'm ever going to overstep his friendship in some sort of way.
Sure. And
I check to see, like, am I doing anything that is not Jonathan-like? And Markian, also is like, is there anything doing Jonathan that I'm doing that's not Markian-like? And we come like this thing that he brings us, him especially, brings people into his life that share like these core values and beliefs of good vibes, positivity, and just being a good person.
Yeah.
And hardworking. And as you wear this T-shirt, let me go back to the very beginning when I first, really took the time to kind of like be with you in that moment of VidCon. VidCon, first time that Markian, and I didn't have to sneak into VidCon. We were invited to speak and all that stuff. That's really great. That. And you're there, and while you're interacting with everyone from Gabe to other creators, and how, your eyes are lighting up and how much love you're just giving others, I just think to myself, like, okay, this guy, I see why Markian is enamored by him. You share the same values as the Smile Squad, which is like so lovely, but I think it's like an extra tool. Okay, now it's working again. Oh, thank God.
We're back.
Jesus Christ, you guys, I'm wearing an Hawaiian shirt right now because I had to take off the sweater because we had some like audio problems.
We're chilling. We're cool.
And I totally messed up, but it's okay because positivity rules the day. Sometimes you just got to keep on going. I took off my sweater.
This is a metaphor.
What is the metaphor?
Sometimes in life, you're shooting a podcast and you're recording audio and your computer dies. But all you can do is restart it and proceed with the podcast. It's a long metaphor, and it probably won't fit on a bumper sticker, but let me tell you, it's going to mean something.
It's going to mean something.
Yes. So you were saying...
I was complimenting you.
And then
I was trying to say some like affirming thing, but basically, long story short, dude, is like... it's very needed that you're here, presenting your content, and we need more people like you, because I feel like, I don't know about you, but maybe I'm like a little all over the place, is that I feel sometimes that a lot of content out there, when it comes to like loud, boisterous content, doesn't really fall into the category of like positivity.
Sure. No, I get that. Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, if it's like the loud... It's funny because most of the comments that people... I can't help that I'm loud. I just speak loud because I grew up doing theater, and I project, like,
right.
And all my energy just follows that. So thus it, with the shouting or like even my basic lines or whatever, it's all loud. So a lot of the comments on Smile Squad is like, why is he yelling? Why is he yelling? Why is he yelling? I'm not yelling. All right, that's me yelling. But I was like, I'm just excited to do this video. But yeah, you're right. Most videos where there's like shouting or yelling, it's obnoxious or whatever. I try to just cover it with energy and not like obnoxiousness. I know I can be obnoxious in the videos, but like it's just my energy going through the scene or however it happens. And people will tell me, they're like, oh my gosh, like Kurt is such a good actor. I was like, well, honestly, I'm not acting in these videos. I'm just
being
it's just
me.
It's just literally myself probably with a Red Bull or two in my system while shooting that video.
Right.
So I'm just lit off
the energy of the caffeine, but also it's just
of
you.
The video, yeah.
And that's how we can, that's how, like, when we're looking at your stuff, or I'm looking at your stuff, I'm like, okay, this is just, like, he's playing himself in, like, the fucking 10th degree.
Yes.
But, like, but that's where I'm trying to get at. Like, where does that fucking baseline happen? Where do you go and go, this is what I want to be. Like positivity, good person, good vibes. That is where I want to be. Where does that?
You mean like at the beginning?
Where does that come from? Yeah. How do you decide that brand? Decide that brand of like, because a lot of people. Okay, sometimes it's a little fluffy, right?
Yeah.
I just want to make people smile. Congratulations, high five, round of applause. What does that mean? Who knows, right?
Sure.
But your model or your brand isn't just I want to make people smile. It's I want to do good.
Sure.
And this is what good is.
It's like a mix of that. It's like sprinkled in. It's good tendencies with being yourself, if anything. Because like I could care less what anyone thinks of me. Positive, like I love it. If it's positive, great. If it's negative, I'll like I said, I accept what someone says, but I'm not going to let anything that anyone would ever say. Like this is what I would actually challenge cancel culture to come after me, because if by any means, strike me down.
Right, strike me
if
down.
Ellen
right.
if Ellen can be hounded,
Right,
what I mean?
right,
Like
right.
God forbid. Who knows? I'll say something to offend someone. And I think about that. Like when I write jokes in my videos and, I tread the waters if I'm not trying. I don't like ever write a joke and be like, oh, that's going to offend someone. Because I know my content or how I form my jokes are always just sarcasm mixed with a lot of truth, not like insulting mixed with like bad taste.
The intention is positive.
Yeah, it's just
Right.
funny. It's just like I try to write relatable like jokes that are just exemplified by, obnoxiousness. I guess you could say
that
like,
makes sense. Yes,
that's kind of, and so when it comes to my brand, I kind of just let it form myself because of how I act. I didn't really be like, this is who I am and this is how I have to act in every single video. It's just like, I'm Kurt all the time. So how can I encompass that? And I'm like, well, I always just try to preach, positivity to people just because I'm like, look, like there's no use not being positive.
but why? Why do you want to be positive, Kurt? Like what's inside of your fucking heart and soul that says I need to do this?
Because it sucks to be negative and it doesn't change anything, but it's kind of like people who preach manifesting. Like, oh,
Right.
I'm going to manifest this and manifest that. I'm not against people who use the word manifest or want to manifest their dreams or whatever. It's kind of like a new word or whatever, but I'm kind of like, I'm going to put out myself how I want to as an individual. And I'm not putting on a show. I don't dress up my personality. I don't think about what I say or overly think. This is me. Here it is. Here's all my cards. I show all my cards all the time. So there's nothing that's influencing that. It's just literally who I am as an individual. So there's no...
Did your parents tell you to do this? Or?
I guess it's just how I was raised, maybe.
Right.
Because of my parents are very, like, I'm definitely the most obnoxious in my family, 1,000%. My dad, classic New York Italian.
Okay.
Kind of dad. Grew up in the Bronx, like that kind of dad. Cool. Cool. I mean,
I don't know how to I was trying to do something.
Hey, relax.
Hey,
relax. If he has to, tough guy.
Right.
But like really cool, but like with that, that
bravado.
East Coast, like
bravado.
You don't fuck with me.
Yeah. You don't.
I love you.
You know what? Give me a hug.
Yes. But and my mom, super happy-go-lucky, like just down to earth. Like everyone is family.
Okay.
That's kind of how my mom was. All my friends, bring your friends. Everyone, I made dinner for everyone. Like that, very kind of.
Oh, how nice. To go? Yeah,
please.
We're gonna wrap it up in a foil. Hey, Kurt, your friend Michael doesn't want to go.
This is literally. She doesn't have an accent, but
well, I don't know. I was thinking.
but the actions was literally my mom.
Yeah.
Do you want to take some to go? You can take some. It's okay. Yeah. So
we have extra paper plates.
It's just growing up that how I was raised to be that individual towards everyone I meet, and it's just how I've grown up to be with the humor aspect. And I've actually just watched so many movies actually one a night since 7th grade is a fun fact I tell people.
You watch a movie every single night
yeah.
Since
7th grade when my parents got me a portable.
So you watched a movie last night?
Yeah.
And the night before?
Yep. It's on my Instagram story.
Is it a new movie of some sort?
No, not necessarily.
Am I allowed to ask what's your favorite movie?
It's hard. It's a hard question.
Favorite romantic comedy? Top 5. Go.
Romantic comedies? You can put me on the spot with Crazy Stupid Love.
Okay.
If that counts as a romantic comedy.
That is.
It's not
come
really
on.
rom-com, it's more drama.
No, but it
has comedy.
But it's still beautiful.
Right, but you have like romantic comedies like
When Harry Met Sally.
sure, or like 10 Things I Hate About You, or How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Oh my God.
Is a
Okay.
classic 90s romantic
All right.
comedy. There's movies like that, or
Can't Hardly Wait.
Can't Hardly Wait.
God,
yes.
Jennifer, love you.
Oh my gosh, she was big.
90s.
But
Okay.
My go-to movies are the action, the comedy. If there's both, fantastic. I'm not a fan of horror, but I'll watch it.
So you're like a cinephile. Every single day you watch a movie in some sort of way. What does that do for you?
So here's my process of watching a movie.
All right.
The first time I watch it, no expectations because I want to see what the movie is. I'm not going to judge it. I'm not going to walk out there and be like, that could have been better. Because
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, I don't like how people critique movies. Like when they go, oh, this movie was god awful. Go make it better, please. Until then, no.
I don't know, man. I think you can critique a movie not based on like
you can say things you didn't like about the
like
movie.
the story
Sure.
aspect of it of something. Maybe
Totally get that.
Right? Maybe the acting, but I understand there's
No,
different
like
types
people
of
who
critique.
critique acting, it's like you can't. I just don't do that. Like I'm like, oh, their acting was. I don't watch a movie for that. I watch a movie for what am I gonna get out of this movie first time. So first time I see it, story. I'll use Avengers as an example.
All right, love Avengers, by the way.
Avengers.
Fucking great
Go in
movie.
there, Avengers Infinity War. Wow, blows my mind. Fantastic. What a movie. Leave with nothing but a big old smile. Second time I watch Avengers. Now I'm looking for things that I missed.
Okay.
Paying attention to little smaller details or anything like that because I know what's going to happen. I will remember an entire movie by watching it once. It's like, how someone, I forgot that happened. I don't do that.
Okay.
I can just
Photographic memory. Bing, bada, boom, bada, ding.
it's like a blessing and a curse, but I love it. So this is the second time I watch a movie. I'm like, all right, let's go through. Oh, I didn't catch that the first time. That's cool. Oh, I didn't notice that. Third time I watch a movie. Now I'm looking at maybe shots, how it's shot.
Okay.
How quick a scene moves, or how a camera work moves, or how setting or cinematic. I'm breaking it down. I'm analyzing it from a technical standpoint. Then maybe the next time I watch the movie, I'm looking at acting technique.
Okay.
And like how I can adapt something how Robert Downey Jr.
It's like, ooh, I really like how he did what he did.
Or a voice, so like try to encapsulate a voice, like Thor's voice, or anything like. I just do that every time I watch a movie. I just try to pick a piece and learn something new from that movie, even if I've seen it.
What I think about, I love this as well. I think you're coming in with this like mindset that when you look at something, you're not thinking like what is broken. You're thinking, and I think this is like a great philosophy for anyone that is listening when they're thinking about like honing their craft in the creative world and like getting better, is instead of looking at something and saying what is wrong with XYZ,
right,
or why did this person succeed XYZ, instead think, what did I like about it? Why did I like it? And is it something that I can somehow replicate?
Yeah.
It's not
exactly
like,
that's
because
literally it.
Those two other things equals a little bit of like jealousy and zealousy, and then like what you said about like it's in a way complaining, and in that complaining you often don't improve, or maybe you do, but you're more like morose and sad, and no one really wants to be around you. Do you think, or what?
When I'm sad? What do you mean?
No, I was being hyperbolic with like
gotcha.
when you're like complaining. But do you ever get sad?
Very rarely. I don't. Like I said, I don't let a lot of things get to me. Like.
Really?
I'm not empathetic, or I'm not like someone who what's the word? Is it sociopath?
Sociopath.
I'm
You're not a sociopath.
I have feelings and things do get to me, but I have a very thick skin because of a lot of things that I have been through. Like,
Were you bullied
experience-wise.
as a kid?
Not physically, but mentally, severely in high school.
What did people call you? What happened?
Oh man, I mean, you're talking growing up in suburban white,
right?
Schools, and you got your classic. I was an athlete, but I wasn't an athlete in school. I wasn't a jock.
Right.
I wasn't part of the football team, or but I did sports. I played like almost every sport except soccer. So I was athletic, but I was always in choir. I always did every talent show. I always did the musicals.
Okay.
So I got heat from all of those guys because I would get all the attention from a lot of people because I was funny and I could sing and whatever. And I did talent shows, and I would just get ripped apart in the hallways during passing period.
So people would call you like
Dig.
FAG and like a
yeah.
lot of slurs.
Sure,
and-
yeah, and I would just smile and wave. Like I never let any words, anything anyone said to me, I never took it personally. Like because I knew within 4 years I'm not gonna ever see these people again, and they're not gonna really make a difference in my life. And I was just like, well, in this moment, am I gonna let this guy calling me gay really
and he's doing it in such a negative,
derogatory way,
right? Of course.
And I'm not gonna. He's like, oh, Kurt's gay, does the musicals. I'd just be like, dude, are you coming on Saturday? In the hallway, I would just openly I would flip the scene, and I would try to put the embarrassment back on them because I wasn't doing it as a defense mechanism. I was doing it because like, bro, I don't care what you're saying. I do not care.
It's so crazy just to say like, I do not care because
I don't care.
I care.
But I don't. I care about people, but I do not care how people
treat you or think
me.
of you.
Yeah. I mean,
don't you need?
I believe in my own willpower.
But don't you need like some sort of like fan? Okay, wow, but there's like a lot to unpack here. The first thing is like, holy shit, for you to like not even care about all of that stuff. Round of applause. You must have been like really loved at home, and I mean that in the most positive way because you have more strength than me, and I mean that in a great way. And I'm learning so much. Like even to this day, at this age, I'm finally beginning to understand. Like I don't give a fuck what people think.
Right.
But
it should be that on a positive level, not like I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about me. Like, hate everyone, because then you get into like this defensive negative mentality. So there's a difference.
There is a big difference because in high school I got bullied a lot.
Sure. I mean,
hella.
Yeah.
There
are many people. If you're out there right now and you are someone who, whether your parents talk down to you or your friends, listen to me. And this is one of the biggest things.
Right.
There are people who are meant to stay in your life, and they will. There are people who will not, and they won't. If your parents talk down to you because they don't, like, I get DMs like this all the time. Like, I'm playing therapist, and I try to help people because, and also fun fact part 2 is I respond to every DM.
Same.
I get.
Yeah.
What's up, dude? Every DM me. Slide into the DMs.
Do that, please.
If no matter how someone treats you as an individual, unless it's like physical, if you're going through something physical, that is something that you need to address with like the right people. But if it's emotional or like words, it's just words, man. And at the end of the day, you decide what you let affect you, and you decide what makes you happy and how your day is going to be. It's up to you. It's not up to that other person's not living your life. The person in the hallway of my high school calling me gay for doing the talent shows, he's not in my shoes. He's not living my life. He's not making my decisions. I am. He's commenting on them, but no different than you going to the movies and commenting about how that actor sucks. It's the same thing. You have to just live your life for you because you are the only one living it. That's it.
So I see that and I get that. Okay, so we're going to have a little thing here because I agree wholeheartedly with the fact that you're living your own life. Mm-hmm. And I agree with the fact that he doesn't or she doesn't know who's attacking you, especially with those like harsh words. You don't know what they're going through as well.
Right.
They might having a bad day.
Right.
But, words are powerful.
Sure.
And so it can be very difficult for someone to be going just like, those are just words. Those people are just whatever. I'm going to find my safe space. And I tell a lot of people to find their safe space when they're going through a lot of shit. However, sometimes it's very hard to understand where those safe places are just to even go, hey, you know what? Those words don't matter to me. Because that often takes therapy. That often takes time.
It's a lot.
It takes a lot of research. That takes even like love at home. The biggest reasons why, like my siblings, a lot of them, which I love so much, I was bullied, et cetera, we come home, but there is no safe space there. And some people just don't have it. And I think words are powerful as well, that they can add up and bring you to a place where they can just like break you down. And so the advice of just like, hey, those are just words. I know that you're not saying suck it up.
No,
right?
Not
I know,
at all.
But I just want to make it very clear to people listening.
I know words are powerful.
Right.
I agree that words are powerful, but and we have everyone out there, doesn't matter who you are, has been told something somewhere, somehow, by someone that is meant and intended to rip you apart hurtfully, emotionally, however you want. Like I have said things in the past to people that I like obviously regret in the moment of fighting. We all say things that we don't mean. And I feel like what I mean by how I choose to let those words affect me, as powerful as some words are, it is how you receive them and how you let them affect you is up to you.
Okay, it's how that makes sense. It's how you react to those words. It's how you react to everything is based off of how you react. And if you're gonna let these people get under your skin, you're going to self-implode. But and I know it's easier to don't let people get under your skin. I know it's hard. You poke the bear, and sooner or later the bear rips your head off. Exactly.
I get it, but I've grown. That's how I've had this thick skin, because I've developed it for however long.
You can have a thick skin, which I love, and I think there has to be moments where you have to somehow stand up and in a way kind of
stand up for yourself.
Right, stand up for yourself,
but not
right?
against them.
Not against them.
Look,
but against kind of the like, if let's say for example someone is being angry at me every single day, there has to be a moment where my standing up for myself, instead of always responding in some sort of way like, see you on Saturday, maybe going to the principal's office and saying, hey, listen, right? So there has to be, it's like a gray area, right?
It's a lot. It depends. I mean, see, are you coming to the show on Saturday? Yeah.
No. I mean, sorry, shit. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that as like an example. I meant like, you know what I mean? Like because this is what I believe. I believe that, and maybe I'm wrong, that you have to live your life in a way where you understand that words are powerful, and that when you see an injustice, you have to think, when is the right time to speak out against it, so therefore it never happens again, right? Because timing with everything is very crucial.
I feel like there is a difference, and there's a blurred line here.
Okay.
When you're talking about words against something that is unjust.
Okay.
Injustice, sure. If it's something that is a regular a normality, like gay rights, or if it's something like that. If it's something that needs to be changed for the sake of a greater impact.
Okay.
Absolutely. Speak up, use your voice.
Right.
Yes, 1,000,000%. Those are when words really count. If it's one individual to another, blah, 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 nothing.
Well, I mean, it depends. If it happens,
if it has to do with like an action or stopping you from doing something, like getting married or being able to get equal pay or the rights.
But let's say, for example, that person that's like in the hallway, he keeps on calling you X names, right? Mm-hmm. But
what is that? How does that?
Hold
affect
on.
my life, though?
It doesn't benefit your life, but at a moment, you realize, like maybe after 30 days, 60 days, you're like, you know what? This isn't right. Because
it did, and it was. It did hit me like that, but how I addressed it.
Yeah, but what about other individuals that can be affected by that person?
Yeah.
If that individual doesn't learn that what he or she is doing is wrong, then how do you make sure that people who are being hurt by him, that are people other than you?
Let me. I finally have a way to pitch it.
All right. Okay.
Cool. It's the play dead mentality.
Okay.
And if a bear is attacking you and you play dead, it's going to leave you alone. So if you let someone know that they're getting to you, they will continue to get to you. There's no principle that they can, give a smack on the wrist. Hey, you don't call people this in the hallway. Oh, okay. And then they go back to the room and be like, call you a, snitch or whatever. And then you get that repercussion. But it's meeting it with your own standing up, but not standing up aggressively because then you are lowering yourself to their level. The reason I meet it with the play dead mentality is it's not getting to me, man. That's not getting to me. Like, hey, man, see you. Like, okay.
No, I totally understand that. I totally understand that.
And then they stop. And then get this. Years later, I get a message on Facebook from 3 of the
these like bullies.
Bullies, yeah, from 3 separate people who quote unquote bullied me, like not physically, but like
we're rooting against you.
Were rooting against me. They would show up. They would like go to the musicals because they had to go for like school or credit or whatever. They would go to the musical and they would yell shit in the audience. God. And I would hear it during the show. Like as I'm on stage, it would be like these inside jokes that they create about me or whatever.
Right.
And I knew they're there, and it's just a whole thing. It's just like a mental game. But years after high school, so I tell people DM me and I tell them, I was like, they're like, I'm in high school.
Right.
How do you deal with bullies? And I was like, look, you don't deal with them. You don't. Like, you do not let them affect you. You don't go fight back against them, because it's not going to solve anything. It's only going to make you no better than them by stooping to their level. So what I say is you focus on you. You focus on you and why you're only in school for 4 years. Enjoy it. Enjoy every single day. Enjoy what you have and the friends you have, and make the best of your day. That's kind of what I try to do. In this world we're in right now, people are like, Kurt, how do you stay so happy? How are you so positive? How are you always this? And I was like, because I don't focus on all the negative shit. I don't focus on that. If I woke up every day and just looked at my phone, I'm like, man, this, and this. Worst day ever. I'm wasting a day of my life. Now, I'm not going to not address those things or be considerate or keep those things in mind if they immediately affect my life and I can do something about it. But in my day where I'm filming a Smile Squad video, am I going to let these fires and devastation that I can do literally nothing immediately about ruin my day? I can't. We can't. The pandemic. I can't let the existence of this shit, whether it's real or not real or however people want to label it, or it's political or it's this or that. I can't go to the store. Yes, I can. I'm going to go to the store because I can't put my life on hold because something is because of something. I can't do that.
I'm not saying that you have to put your life on hold when something around you is negative.
So I just try to approach it with a positive
I believe
thing. So then I like that. So they message me years later and they apologize. Because at the time, as we grow up, our brains don't stop developing until we're 25.
Right.
And then I literally, man, I tell this to my friends all the time, like Marky and too. I was like, I cannot wait till you turn 25. Because I cannot wait to see what happens with this Elon. You're going to invent a rocket or something, bro. And it's just like this epiphany you have. And when I was 25, it wasn't like I turned 25 and boom, it happened. But it was a few months in, I had already turned 25. And I woke up one day and everything just was so clear. I had no worries. I had been through crappy relationships, friendships that had ended. I had made friends, lost friends, fought with family, made up with family, drama this, drama that. And then just everything, it just kind of cleared. Like the smoke cleared after I turned 25, and everything was just so it was everything. I can't even explain it.
It's ineffable. That's what the word is.
It was
no words.
No words. And so I try to live my life like that. And I know I don't have all the answers. No one has all the answers because we only have our own answers. And so I can only live my life the way that's working for me. I can say everything under the sun into this microphone, but it doesn't mean that someone out there is going to feel the same. And that's totally cool.
Right.
And that's how it should be. But someone should know that the way they're living their life is okay.
Yeah.
It's totally cool. And no one should have to worry about how other people like myself talking into this microphone, do this. It doesn't matter what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what you're saying. What matters is how the person listening to this decides how to live their life, because they only have their one life. So why are you going to let things affect you to a certain degree? I'm not saying don't address it. I'm not saying ignore it, because if it's an issue, obviously you want to do the best and do what you can to fix said issue. But letting it deeply affect you and ruin your every day-to-day life is not, it won't get, you're just dragging your feet.
Right, I can see that. And
I don't drag my feet. I refuse to let things get to me like that.
And
that's the best way to explain how I kind of live.
I agree with that. The only reason why I ask, all these questions is and how we're like diving into this conversation in a way is I was always trying to figure out like everything that someone says, regardless if it's like negative or positive, how they live their life. I'm always trying to figure out, it's like an evolving thesis as we have the conversation.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out the exact foundation of what you're getting at, as I'm trying to figure out kind of like the nuance and the gray between like everything.
If someone left a brutally negative, condescending, like rude, completely unwarranted comment on something that you created, video, podcast, whatever. There's somewhere a review about you,
Right.
just laying it on thick, and this is a complete stranger. Would you respond to the comment?
I mean, it depends, right? If it's a critical comment on my
No, if it's just you're trash and I hate you and everything you say.
Oh,
is
you know what I
stupid.
do? You know what I do? So what I've learned through time, I grew up in a household where my father was like super like verbally abusive and blah, blah, blah. And what I've learned is that you can so much so, vocalize kind of like your concerns to someone. And sometimes there's just people out there, no matter how you approach the situation, they're never going to really change for the better, to be a
That's
nicer
how I
individual.
feel about this entire world we live in. People are, and then not to segue you here.
No, it's fine.
And I'm not trying to get into, politics or, protests or anything like that, because I'm all for change and the better of people and everyone's day-to-day life. Everyone wants people to be happy, but this is the dumbest metaphor, but
Go ahead.
But it just explains things. No matter how much you try to convince someone to like pineapple on pizza, they will not eat it if they don't want to. They will not eat it. And that is so, but what I try to do is, if I was the person who did not like pineapple on my pizza, I would try to at least understand why the person, but that is the issue, that people are so hard-headed.
And I think you're right. I think a lot of people, I mean, this is like a judgment-based, and I think how about this? Not to say that a lot of people. I think a lot of views that are represented by, what is mostly seen and viewed in the world, either through mainstream media or through the vocal, high, extreme voices that we see on the internet as well, is that they rarely come from a place of kind of the gray nuance of the other and the empathy, because empathy is not really, it's not about acceptance or affirmation. It's just where you at, where you coming at, where's the understanding.
Yeah. Everyone just wants to be right. All sides want to be right.
No, you cannot. But that's the thing. You cannot always be right. I mean, I'm a diehard liberal, and my best friend and my housemates are not my best friend, but my best friend, he's a heavy Trump supporter, and my housemates, they are like massive Trump supporters as well. But we can sit down and we can have like a very civil conversation. Don't worry, civil conversation where, where our disagreements are heard, and then we try to like truly like understand where we're coming from.
Sure. This is where I can bring an example of that. I get on my Facebook, and now I get it. I get it. I so get it about Trump and just the stupidity that radiates off of some of his decisions.
Right.
And I'm not going to sit here and talk politics, but when I get on Facebook and people are like, if you support this, unfriend me. If you support this, unfriend me. If you voted for Trump, unfriend me. Like when he first got elected, and I was like, you're going to throw away a friendship that you've had for 20 years because someone sees something a little differently than you do?
Okay, this is a little extreme.
It's extreme, but people do it. People, like, my friends were unfriending each other left and right, and I get it. I don't like the guy either, but if you voted for him, I'm not going to throw you under the bus.
I see that on the other side, too. I'm seeing where people, like, like I said, my best friend, Trump supporter, and so their Facebook feeds are all in the opposite land. And so if it's like, if you vote for Biden or if you're a Democrat, unfriend. And I think it goes for like...
It's both ways. It's 50-50.
Both ways.
Absolutely. No, I'm not saying it's only with Trump. I'm saying if you voted for fill in the blank, unfriend me. If you voted for this and that, and people just...
I mean, that's okay. So that's also kind of gray in a little area. Maybe let's not go into the politics side.
I was just saying that I accept people. This is part of that accepting factor, is if someone has and views whatever they want to believe in. Like I don't know.
I don't know if I'll accept them. Right?
Sure.
I'll treat them like a human being, and I'll respect them as a human being. But
that's
remember,
what I mean.
Empathy is not acceptance or affirmation. It's just like understanding them and trying to get where they're at in like a respectable manner. So like
Right.
sitting
I'm not
down
gonna
with
hate them for what they're. I'm not gonna throw hate towards.
but I am
anyone
but I am going to be like, hey, listen, if your values are different from like the core values, the foundation that we have is different from you and me, then I don't have to hang out with you.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to sit here. I mean, it all depends, right? Like we were talking about, like when is it time to like argue? When is it's all timing, like I talked before, right?
Right.
And what I'm trying to get at is like, yo, listen, like, there are moments in your life where you should stand up and you should say something, and he's poking you, and it's time to poke back, and you have to do it in a very strategic, different way. You have to use something that they cannot own themselves, a special skill that you have, either through words or through some sort of chess move that gets them out of their funk, and they go, wait a second.
Are you trying to change their mind?
So here's the thing.
Because would you want your mind changed? And that goes back to what I'm saying is pineapple on pizza.
Well, here's the thing. Let's go back to the pineapple on pizza, right? Let's just say pineapple on pizza. If you're able to meet someone in a way and he goes, I don't like pineapple on pizza. Well, then the empathy part comes, have you tried pineapple on pizza? When have you tried pineapple on pizza? Where did you get the pineapple in pizza? Right? And you have to go through all those steps.
Right.
And then if they do all those steps and they taste the pineapple pizza and they still don't like it, then okay, I get you. Boom. But a lot of times, people
skip all those steps.
A lot of people skip those steps. And so the question that I have for you when I say you have to fight back is, fighting back isn't really necessarily always the hard aggression. It's sometimes the slow play of...
Sure. No, and sending a positive, or sending that message of your end goal. If it's, like I said, if it's out to change the better of something, absolutely.
Well, pineapple on pizza is a very crucial issue.
Yes.
And I think everyone should understand,
I'll tell you right now,
that pineapple on pizza is the most delicious thing.
Thank you, because it's one of my favorite topics.
Yes.
With Canadian bacon.
Right.
Yep.
And we need to push that agenda out there, okay?
We do.
It's an important factor.
Pineapple
but what I'm trying to get at is, like, bro, there are moments where you have to go, okay, this person is not even willing to try pineapple on pizza.
And I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that, though. That's
the thing. I will be okay with that, but I don't have to be with that person.
Sure, right.
But most,
and that's it, because you choose how to.
Right, but it's all
comes
timing.
In and out of,
because debates are not necessarily to change the mind of the person that you're speaking to. Usually,
sure,
right. It's about the people that are listening to the debate to go, who are on the middle, going, where should I lean? What should I be? Because I will say this, thank God I have my friends that are Trump supporters, great, and thank God my housemates, is because many moments in our conversations, we've all been able to really get to know how to argue the other side in a great way, and I've become even stronger in my own beliefs, but also my mind in some instances have been changed, and their minds in some instances have been changed too. And so I think the question then is, who are you surrounding yourself with, who are either lifting you up or putting yourself down?
Yeah.
Which brings back in full circle to that first question of, what do you do, Jonathan, when you see a negative comment on my content? And if it's freaking triggering, so I'm manic depressant, bipolar, PTSD, all that fun stuff. Mm-hmm. If it's super triggering and it has no critique whatsoever on my content, like, what if you did this, or that was a little long, and it was nothing constructive, you know what I do? I delete it. And the reason why is because I don't want FAG, you're a piece of shit, all of that stuff, if it has no context whatsoever.
I get that.
But if it's, because I don't want to see that on my feed. I don't want to look at my own content that I made and I see something so like just fucking like just attacking me as an individual, as a person, saying that you are a piece of blah blah blah. But if the content is instead like, yo, this was like boring, or you're not funny, or whatever, that's different because that isn't really like a personal attack. That's just a critique on the content.
Yeah.
So I'll leave that up there. And sometimes I'll respond like, okay, I totally get it. I understand. Like, this isn't for you. But do you see kind of
if it's personally attacking, I get it. Like, I kind of look at everything as the same. Like,
okay.
If someone says, no matter how harsh the words are, and I'd respond. I respond to, and if it was the harshest thing that had nothing to do with the content, I'd respond because deleting it isn't going to let that person know what they're saying and how you feel about it. And I'm not saying negatively. I'm not saying I respond negatively. So I will respond. And most of the time it's like, hey man, look, like for whatever reason, I don't understand why you felt the need to leave a comment like this. Be that it's not funny. Oh, you're gay. Oh, this sucks. Whatever. If it has nothing, right. Quit content. Stop making go kill yourself. Whatever the comment is, and I'll respond like, look, man, like I get it. You are 1,000% entitled to sit there and reply to my video and tell me exactly how you feel, and that's okay. And like I told you at the beginning, because everyone thinks differently, and I understand that I'm not the funniest human. I understand that my content or me or myself or how I act is not going to be received by everyone. If it was received by everyone,
right,
it would be weird. And I was like, so I get it. I just feel like the way you chose to go about letting me know that doesn't really solve anything.
I feel like that's so good, but also...
And they respond literally 9 out of 10 times. 9 out of 10 times when they respond, they go, wow, I didn't really think about it like that. And I'm sorry. And I didn't mean it. And sometimes like I've been having a hard day or something. Something comes out always. And I have screenshots of these like people replying and like dumping out their reasoning for why they feel so stupid for just ripping into someone they don't even know. They don't even know. And I level with them and I meet them at the center and I'm like, look, and I lay it all out there and they respond and they're like, wow, and they say sorry.
See,
because I addressed it.
Right. More power to you to do that, I guess. Like I said, it depends, right?
It's very circumstantial.
It's
not an every time thing, but
it's not an every time thing. Like if someone puts me down for...
But deleting it, you would never know.
Right. But see, like for example, like if someone puts me down for, let's say, my looks, mm-hmm. I respond, I'm like, yo, calm down, or whatever I'll say in my own like little positive way.
Sure.
Right? And I get that. And yes, you're absolutely right. People respond, oh my God, you're right. I have this one person, like you're this, you're that, you think you're better, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. I responded, I'm like, yo, it took me these many hours to get it done. I'm not here to offend anybody. Didn't mean to like put you down. I mean, if this offended you. And you're right. 9 out of 10 times they do respond. I'm just saying there has to be moments for, kind of like the mental health of some individuals where sometimes the best way to respond to like negativity is not to respond at all, not give them any leeway. And the reason why I say this is the reason why I say this, okay, is because this is how I view life. There's a lot of negative and a lot of positive people in the world. My time is limited. Why not give 90% of my time to my team that is behind me, so that way they can improve and get better, the fans who support me, so that way they know that I am hearing them out. They say something nice, they're the first person I care about. Mm-hmm. They're the first person I reward. They're the first person I give a high five.
Sure.
Right? So therefore, your brand grows and your fan goes, oh my gosh, this person, cares about me. Now, I totally understand going into those negative comments. And yes, bro, like you should definitely respond. And I think my thing is, to anyone listening, I guess, is like, hey, listen, yes, do that if you kind of have like the mental strength to do that, but do yourself a favor, take a step back through all the negativity in the world, and kind of like what you said in the past, and in the conversation where you're like, try to look at like all the positive things that are happening in my life and focus on that. And by focusing on kind of that safe space, then you'll be able to like be stronger, and like also your own skills and your own life can be focused on the right things. And then when you have time,
put your energy into things.
Right.
Put your energy into things that make you happy.
And right, I'm scared. Oh, the reason why I'm scared, but the reason why like I guess I'm pushing this thing is because, yeah, I love the fact. I'm so glad that you respond to every DM, but there has to be a moment where your time has to be limited, and I just hope. I don't know. Maybe this is like so stupid of me to say, I guess, but I think by focusing on kind of the positive stuff and the fans first, dude, you'll grow like exponentially, because sometimes I feel, I don't know, maybe it's in movies that I see often or television shows. For some reason, at the end of the day, we're always commiserating and sympathizing with the bully. And I don't know.
It's usually
maybe
because the movie or the TV show paints like this awful at home life, and that's what makes you feel that way. But not because of
But there's so many positive individuals out there in the world that are hurting so bad.
Yeah.
And when you come up and they say like a wonderful comment, and you give as much time as you can to that positive comment than to that negative comment, oh my God, the pain that. Like
it's equal. It's equal.
Yeah, I guess in your case,
everyone, like you're saying,
this is an evolving thesis, by the way. This is like very fun. Hopefully, you know that. Yeah, we're trying to figure that out.
Everyone goes through shit.
Yeah,
everyone, bullies go through shit.
Everyone does.
People on the other end goes through. Doesn't mean anyone is any greater than the next person or less than. Like now, depending on how someone chooses to address that or process that is what makes you an individual with your individual actions. I'm not like a therapist, and I'm not, a philosopher or anything like that. All I know is that the methods I've chosen to live by.
I love the methods that you choose to live by.
Just because I put more time into responding to these. I respond to all the, I don't respond to all the comments because that'd be crazy. But the ones that stand out and the ones that should be addressed, if I can make a lesson of it and then the people can see it, like, wow, like you handled that really well. It can show someone that they can handle it really well.
I like that. That makes sense.
If I can just sit there and just take it on the chin from some complete stranger bashing my content, being a little keyboard ninja, and I can show someone that sees that comment publicly that I handled it like a fucking champ, because I don't let it get to me, then they can be like, well, it doesn't get to Kurt. Why should I let stuff like that get to me? And if even one person gets that, then that's progress. It's to show someone that if they can, and that is quote unquote standing up for or deciding how you let it affect you.
I like that. See, so we are in that level that you are standing up for yourself, and
in a way.
But it's a very like positive way. But and then also to go into the whole like, why do people debate? Like, who are you? You're not there to like really emphasize to change that guy's mind. But like I said before,
I'm not out to change his mind.
Right? Debates are for like the other people who are like on the middle ground, unsure of how they would respond to such comments that are given to them, how they would do it. So going back and you responding to those types of comments has allowed other individuals who receive negativity, and they can go,
how to approach
holy shit, if Kurt can approach it this way, then I can approach it this way as well. I like that. Okay.
I think the best way to, I just thought of a different way to explain a certain scenario is, it's yin and yang, right?
Right.
It's black and white. And it's not a matter of trying to convince, yin to like yang.
Right.
If I'm on this side of the coin, I'm not trying to convince you to think like me, or whether you want to call it like, even with politics, however you want to cut it. I'm not trying to convince the other side to think like me, and I'm not being convinced by them because I'm already on this way.
Yeah, you have your own.
This is how I think.
You grew up. This is what. Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter. Like any issue that is currently political, there are two sides. I get it. And here's how I approach it. I automatically, it's not like I sit down and read facts and then decide how I feel about it. Like, it's just how I'm thinking and how a scenario makes me feel. Okay, this is how I feel. And then I read the opposite of how I feel, clearly. Someone who is against
of course,
the reason that I have drawn, that I'm like, okay, this is how I feel. If I ever respond to any sort of comments, which I, like my friends or my private Facebook, I kind of stay out of it. People are getting in like heated arguments or whatever. But
there's no need to argue
on the random time that I comment, I agree with how they are thinking. I meet them. I don't just, because some people's instant thing is like, no. It's this, and you need to do this, and you're trash if you don't do this. And it's just back and forth. So how I do it is if someone posts something that I am clearly in disagreement with, I will say, look, hey, I totally get why you think that way. I see that. I see it 100% why you're looking at it like this, and I'm not trying to change your mind. I feel like it's this way because of this, and this. Not saying you, and pointing the finger of you need to think like this. I'm presenting at face value how I feel about something, how I think about something, but I'm not angry at them for thinking the opposite, and I'm not forcing them to think like me, no matter how serious the issue is, whether it's support Trump or whatever. Like I'm letting them draw their conclusion rather than forcing them to, or aggressively trying to get them to think like me, because that's where, if you face someone with aggression, they're going to give you aggression right back.
I agree with you.
And so that's how I approach any situation, whether it's not political or not. Any interaction, I understand and try to absolve how they are, and I present how I'm looking at it, and I let them decide how they want to process it, because that's how I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's all I try to do for anything, literally anything.
I like that.
Comments, messages, mindsets, you name it. And when I was talking about, when you're talking about like, crazy huge amount of followers, or, however many millions of people, to the, like
Sam Lee told me that you do respond to like thousands of DMs, as much as you can, but
I'm caught up in my DMs. I usually have like I have like a time frame. I have like a schedule in my day when I sit down, and not like sit down and only do DMs, but multitask while I have time. I knock them out, and I still am able to get sleep, still able to spend quality time with other people and do other things.
It's because
watch my movies.
It's because you care about you care about the people that interact with you. Be it, I just want to say that you interact with your fans because you care about the people that watch your stuff.
Yeah, if people are going to take the time, complete strangers are going to take their time out of the day to listen to this podcast. You could be doing anything else in this world right now.
You're probably driving in your car or vacuuming right now, or sleeping in bed sometimes.
No, I'm going to say at least there's at least a good handful of people sitting on the toilet right now.
I hope so. Well, hello.
That's where things happen.
Yes, a lot of the good thinking happens. My brother lives in the toilet sometimes, I feel.
Yeah.
Do you live in the toilet?
Dude, it's something else.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I get like I'm fear of like toilets. And so I'm like, how fast can I go?
In and out.
In and out.
Nah, I'm like, once the phone is up, dude, it's
I don't even have
over.
a phone. I'm just like, oh, come on, let's go. I do like a massaging in the back a little bit, and then
so it's like a ritual for you.
It's like a ritual. I'm like trying to get as fast as I close my eyes even sometimes when I pee, because I just, oh my God.
Anyway,
the toilet.
People. So what I was saying is amount of followers, like and this is my coined phrase, I guess you can say, and it's super tacky, but
it's not tacky, bro.
it's
Everything
so
that you're
tacky.
doing. No, I
like
love
how
it.
tacky it is.
All right.
I address it as tacky.
You're
because
fantastic.
It's like it's a bumper sticker, and it doesn't matter if you have 1K, 10K, 1K, 5K, 10K, 100K, because the most important K is kindness. And
I love that.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about your likes. It doesn't matter about your views. It doesn't matter who's wearing what outfit. I'm never going to look like Justin Bieber. I'm never going to look like any of these people. I'm going to be the only me. I'm not going to try to be anyone else. I'm going to be the first me, not someone else, not validating myself with. And this was the whole thing with like likes and views and blah, blah, blah. And these kids growing up basing like, oh, my videos don't get likes, Kurt. How do I DM? These are DMs I get.
Right.
We should do a whole podcast where I just literally sit down and like read these DMs and like tell people that do not base your life off of likes or comments or validation or this or that. They go, Kurt, how do I get more views? I want more followers. I want more likes. I say, look, don't make content for views. Don't make content for followers or likes. Make it because
you like it.
Make it because you like it. You and only you. I put up videos on YouTube for almost 10 years of getting less than 1,000 views on a video, like all the time, consecutively. Posting Facebook statuses that get 3 to 10 likes from my only immediate circle. And now I can post a picture of a stick and it'll get thousands, which is stupid.
Right.
But it does not. I do it. I'm doing this because this is my life and I'm here and I like doing it. And if something I can do can make someone out there in the Philippines, in India, in Canada, Australia, Iran, Pakistan, you name it, wherever these people are messaging me from, if I can make one person for 3 minutes just have some sort of
3 minutes and 3 seconds.
3 minutes
get
and
those
3
ads.
seconds.
Get those ads.
Is this for not even 3 minutes, even if it's a picture or a post or a story I make, a 15-second story with me and my cat doing something silly at my house. And that can just make, for someone to just go out of their way and be like, this made my day. And I was having an awful day. And this 15 seconds made my day. That literally almost makes me cry as an individual. That I'm like, I don't do that. I don't go out of my way for anything. Like, because I'm so focused on content. Like, I don't go out of my, unless it's my friends, I comment on their stuff. But this is an individual who I don't even know. I've never even seen their face. And they're going out of their way to send me a message, this beautiful, thought out message, because they give a shit enough about what I'm doing. And that deserves recognition. And that's why
deserves recognition.
And that's why I try to.
I agree with that. I love that. I love that so much.
So if there's people listening to this,
DM Kurt is what he's
we appreciate it. Like it's a thing that it goes unnoticed. I feel like people don't get enough
love
credit.
back. There's this thing from Gary.
There's a lot of take in this world. There's a lot of give.
There's something that Gary V said, like so many, I don't know where I watched it or whatever, but it kind of made me think about what you just said and something that I kind of believe in. He goes, imagine this, you're sitting down and there's one person out there who commented and one person who liked your photo. Imagine that. They took the time out of their day, to give you some sort of love.
Mm-hmm.
That's freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
And so if you start comparing yourself to people that have millions versus that one, and you cannot even appreciate that one view, appreciate that one like, appreciate that one comment, then when you have millions, it will mean nothing because you're not there for that one person.
I'll tell you right now, you get a like on or let's say you post a photo.
Yeah.
And someone goes, oh, I only got 60 likes on my photo.
Yeah.
Whatever. Have you ever been in a room with 60 people? That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
If you were in the front of a room and 60 people were standing up clapping, you would be like, this is either 60 people or 6,000 people.
Dude, even if it's one person, even if it's one fucking person that gave one care, oh my God.
If someone goes out of there, like, yes.
That to me.
And that's how I try to be. That's me to strangers. But if the moment strikes and I'm able to acknowledge hold the door.
Right.
Hold the door for people.
I think
people are like, wow, I didn't expect you to do it. I'm like, yeah, no, go ahead. Here you go. Like, and they're like, oh, no, you go. And I love getting into those arguments with people. No, you, no, come on. Like, because it's those kind of interactions. I don't know these people. The people I held the door for could have voted for Trump. They could have done this or that, but I don't look at, like, I just open the door.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I don't know them.
You're not going to treat, just because they, well, we talked about this already. Just because they have a belief other than you should not disrespect them.
Right.
Right.
As an individual.
As an individual.
Because you don't know how they think. And that's kind of how I approach or what they've been through. Even happy people. I'm not saying just negative people or bullies, how we were talking about that.
Wait, I like to focus. I don't know. I think we agree. Not we agree, but we live the same philosophy basically like on everything except for like one specific thing, which is maybe I have to. This is just an evolving thesis, but maybe I'm just thinking about like how do I deal with negative people. And like if it's someone that I care with, someone that I work with, someone that I care for, like my family member or a friend or a coworker, then yeah, I'll take the time to meet where they're at.
You mean strangers? How do you deal with negative strangers?
But now when I'm dealing with negative strangers, I'm just like, whatever, man. That's how I approach it. Some woman.
See, I'm too.
See, someone. Like, let's say for example, I walk in, and someone's having like a massive like anger problem at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna sit there and argue with that individual.
You don't argue.
No, I'm just gonna I'm like, hey, you know what? This person is having their day. We don't know what this individual is going through. If I have to interact with this person in line or some sort of way, I'll be positive. But I'm not going to, do three things. I'm not going to go around and shit talk like, oh my God, look at this motherfucker, because that's just going to increase. But the first thing that I like to do is
would you step in?
No, unless that individual is being disruptive in a way that can hurt someone else.
Physically,
right?
Sure.
No, even screaming. Like, let's say, for example, they're saying something like very harsh. It's like
an
whoa,
angry
whoa, whoa.
customer at a store.
It's like whoa, 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 whoa. Like I used to work customer service.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little much. That's
a lot.
That's a little much that you're saying to the server 1 second.
Yeah.
Like that's where I'll step in. But let's say it's a server who's having a freaking horrible day.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this many happens like all over the place. And they're having a fit and they're having a muster until the point where they are doing something that is a little much, that is disruptive and can also hurt, other customers around them or their coworkers. That's when I'll go and say like, okay, wait a second. Let's what's going on here? Calm down, because I want to make sure
the voice of reason.
Well,
that's kind of
the
like
voice of the. I like to be the voice of reason if and only if the people who are, if there are people going to get hurt, because
hurt like physically or just
hurt or like, I want to say hurt not only physically but also like verbally or just disruptive.
Anything,
right?
Yeah.
Because the first thing that you have to look at is like when I walk in a room, I have to think when those like disruptive things happen. Maybe because I'm the oldest of 7 kids or whatever, I think around the room and I think, all right, who here is in danger right now? Who here needs to be like safe? Who can I protect in this moment just in case things go down? And I think the reason why I, was very like trying to figure out, where you were coming from in terms of like always responding to negative comments, there are times I think where, okay, if I try to reason with this person, is it worth it?
Sure. No, I get it.
And that's where
I was just about to say, is it?
So the question,
but I go up to the person who's losing it and I say, hey, is this worth it right now? Not to address it, is it worth it? To the person who is losing it and all over the place, I go up to them and you bring that person down. Not argue, not step in like, whoa, hey, bro, hey, whoa, like drunk guys at a bar. Hard, obviously, right? But I've done it. There's been people like, anger, or like, my girl, looking at my girl, or whatever the case. I've been at a grocery store yelling at I will walk straight up to that person. I'll be like, okay, look. Like, is this worth it right now? No, she doesn't, this. Is it worth it? What is your issue? What's the problem? And they go, like, I take the heat off this individual that has nothing, because I've been on the receiving end.
And dude, I don't know.
Even as a server,
bro,
I've been laid into.
Yeah, we agree with that.
Yeah. And so, but I asked but the person.
No, I totally agree.
I like step in between.
No, I agree. We're good.
Oh, I thought you were saying that you would addressing it is it worth it?
Well, addressing is it worth it to the individual? You have to think to yourself for a second. Is it worth it?
Mm-hmm.
And then if it's worth it, then you go up to the individual.
It's always worth it.
Not necessarily, because sometimes you have to think, okay, wait a second.
I mean, if they have like a gun in their hand, obviously, but like I feel like if I have a potential to alter a situation safely, obviously, take that off the board. Just take that off. It's off the table, and it is automatically safely anytime you go to address it. I'm gonna say if it's danger.
I mean, the way that you have to address anything is usually going after someone that is like being like super combative at that moment, right?
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is like, okay, so right now the reason I think we're going back and forth is because I feel like that the philosophies that I live by is somehow getting debated on, which is totally fine. And so what I think
I'm not saying
right. So I'm trying to like figure out like this is like an evolving thesis. Like I'm always trying to figure out in these like podcasts
we're always trying to figure out things.
Right. So that's why I'm trying to figure this out. So let's break this down for a second, because let's see, based on like the past of the stuff that I've done versus like how I perceive other individuals. Okay. This is just fun. This is a fun little exercise.
Yeah, and again, I'm not trying to change how you do something. I'm trying to just tell you how, compared to a situation.
Right. Oh yeah, dude. Totally.
I would.
Dude, totally get it.
I would address something.
This is just fun. This is just fun. I like to play. Okay. This is like fun. Are you okay?
No, I'm chilling. Yeah,
all right. Cool. No, but I'm trying to get where you're at. Okay. So there's two people arguing like in a gas station, let's say, right? If at any moment there are like harsh words going back and forth, and there could potentially be an escalation, maybe not of per se like physical violence,
right?
But at least
they were like mid-fight, like you literally can't do anything,
right? But maybe like the escalation of like
I'm not about to break up like two people brawling.
I think you're taller than that, right?
5'7", 5'9" with the hair.
Oh yes, I love it. There's like maybe let's say for example like a verbal escalation.
Sure.
Then yeah, there are moments where you have to go in and say, hey, wait a second.
Do you stand there or do you pull out your phone and record it? That's kind of
no. Why would I record it?
No, I'm saying as the listener, like, is someone gonna like record the scenario or change the scenario? That's kind of where I'm at.
Okay, yes. Why would you record it though? Oh, you're talking about this is like a.
This is anyone.
This is like a okay.
People just literally sit there and film people.
No. That's not. No, I don't like that.
Well, like there are people out there who just will film things rather than do something.
Here's I guess, okay, so then yeah, we agree with that. So we go in and yes, I would be like, yo, guys, is it worth it? And so what I'm always thinking about is not necessarily like that individual person. I'm thinking about like the group mentality of, is this worth it as like a group? But now I kind of understand where you're coming from. And so now I'm reflecting whether or not if I'm handling some situations correctly, which is like a very good thing because
I don't think there is a right or wrong. Was what I'm saying is because we all have our own individual decisions.
Right.
And I'm not saying every time you see a fight, go and break it up, blah, blah. Like, but if you have the opportunity to be the voice of reason,
of course, then you should step in.
But I feel like people, and what I'm saying is I feel like people don't do that enough. Like that's how I try to do as much as I can, anytime. It doesn't happen a lot, thank God. I don't come across crazy scenarios often, but if I have the opportunity to step in and de-escalate something that's happening, then maybe they will leave with something. Maybe they will leave that like, wow, like they'll be, like people. We've been there. We've been at those heightened moments where we're angry and we like punch the wall or whatever. We say some dumb shit or we post a status that's so attention grabbing that we clearly want people to like. So done with this. No one talk to me, but you'll post it on Facebook because you want people to comment on it. Like we've all been to those lapse of judgment. That's where a lapse of judgment where we just act before we think. And I feel like if you can do something that leaves someone with that impression of like that, like makes them think like, wow, maybe I just won't even let it get there next time. Tolerance. I guess it's tolerance.
Oh, so you're teaching tolerance.
Yeah. I'm so, and I feel like the service industry taught me this. And every time I work with a waiter,
Oh my God.
and they're like, I hate my job. I hate my job. I hate my job. You gotta chill, man. You have to understand that you are in a position of just people being, first of all, have you ever heard of the term hangry? Take that and times it by being 70 years old and having to wait 30 minutes to get sat. You're gonna be angry, but that's not your fault.
Right.
And I've reasoned with tables, and they are like, okay, I'm sorry.
And it's not the customer's fault
right,
either.
right.
It's
no one's fault. It's no one's fault. No one is at fault unless the kitchen drops your food. Then it's the kitchen's fault.
I was a barista, and
But still, don't blame your server.
Please don't blame your server. But you're absolutely right.
Unless they're never there. Where do they go? What are you doing?
Yeah,
I was
where do
always
they
at
go?
my table.
Were you always back and forth?
Oh my God.
Were you like a 20% tipper?
Oh, 2022.
Yeah, of course
Absolutely.
you were. You always got a lot, I bet.
Dude, I would. Well, because I would.
You always tip though now too.
I would
20%,
be there.
right?
I would be there. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
Give it
Yeah.
back,
No.
baby.
Yeah. Absolutely. I would be there with something before they thought they needed it. That's how I would serve my tables. Their tables don't ask me for refills because they're already there, or I'm already like by the time I get back and I'll have a tray with drinks. They might think I'm going to another table. And they go, "Can I get another diet?" And I'm like, "Oh, this one?" And they go, "Oh, thank you." Like it's like I'm on top of it. So, but then when an escalation happens, or like, "Oh, our food's been 25 minutes," I gotten that before.
Right
to my face. Everyone else has their food. Where's my food? You know what I mean?
And how did you solve that?
Gotten that. I look at them and I say, well, depending on what the issue was,
right?
I'd be legitimately honest with them, and I'd either be like, I'm gonna be real. Your food was made first, and it died in the window, and they weren't about to run you out in old salmon, so that's why this all pasta here. So this came out quick.
Okay.
Your food died in the window, so they're making you a new one. It's gonna be out in this long, and I appreciate you waiting, and I apologize. And if I can do anything, let me know.
Okay.
Because I'm just here. I'm here for you. I tell people, I'm like, I'll cut all the bullshit. Like when servers are like, look, I don't know, like, you know, and they kind of like play the innocent card.
Right.
I look someone dead in the face. I'm like, I'm here for you. I am here for you to eat. And I feel terrible that you don't have your food right now. Like I feel bad. I'm not just like, oh, you guys, like, I'll get real with them. And like odds are I'll make sure to, like, whatever the reason is, if it's my fault, I'll address it. But missing food is 98% of the time the kitchen. 90 because something happened, another server took it, or blah blah blah, this or that. It was dropped, it was burnt, it was
mishaps happen.
Whatever, we're human. So I just level with people, and they appreciate the honesty and the fact that I'm calm and tolerant, and not someone who just flies off the handle. And this is any situation. How can people get mad when you're at a restaurant? How can you be out of fill in the blank? How can you be out of this? Why are you complaining? There's so many options. There's so many better things to
order or leave.
Now, this leads me to my other, Cornerstone.
Okay.
Cornerstone. Why are you upset with everything you don't have? And why aren't you grateful for the things you do have?
Ooh, okay, that I definitely.
Because those are two very different ways to look at your life. For example, my friend, I hate my job. I hate my car. I hate this. I hate that. And I say, you live in a 1,400 square foot apartment. You have a car. You have a phone. You have a job. Why aren't you looking at it that way? And that's all. It's all. And I'm, again, dude, cheesy, all about perspective. Because you can either look at a situation the worst way, or you can look at a situation the best way. The most remarkable thing I saw is this guy who lost his house in one of these fires that happened. He lost it. He was on the news. Camera in his face. And they're like, tell us how you feel. Guy just lost his house. And he's holding whatever is
left of his house.
Can't even tell what this guy's holding. And he looks up at the camera and he goes, it's just stuff, you know, and it's unfortunate. I'm happy we're alive. We're safe. It's time to start fresh. And that was like, wow. And this wasn't like some scripted dude. This was a guy who, he was like, I don't know, he was like in his late 50s, just this guy looking at his house in ashes. And he's not even looking at the camera, he's looking at the person. And he's just like, I'm just grateful that we're all safe. I'm alive. It's just a chance to, start from scratch. And I was like, that
is some great perspective.
Crazy. Yes. Perspective mixed with tolerance, mixed with understanding.
Right.
Is how I live my life. And I try every day. I can look at the good or I can look at the bad, and I can let that dictate my entire day. So every single day, I look at the good. I drove down here, man.
How's traffic, by the way?
Traffic was non-existent. It was just
great.
Mild. I did 70 the whole way here. Easy.
All right, good.
But
that's why I try to plan it at 7.
But this whole day, and I got a lot of shit on my plate, like that I don't just air out to everyone. I got stuff going on with friends, personal life, family, like a lot.
Yeah, you have pain too.
My back hurts, dude.
Right.
My back hurts too. But I'm driving like it's a scene out of a movie coming down here because I'm so stoked to just sit down and talk and have a great conversation with a friend that reached out to me and gave me this opportunity to do that.
Dude, I'm
singing in my car and shit. Like, I'm enjoying this part of my day that was not anticipated. Like, we planned it, but it was like something that's not in my normal
By the way,
schedule.
thank you for doing this, by the way.
No, dude, thanks for having me, man.
I mean, this is like really, 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 really fun to kind of get to. I know there was like some moments, but
no, well, that's the importance.
I just want to make sure
can't be some cookie cutter conversation.
No, that's not what Spill the Fuzz's about.
Spill the fuzz, dude. There's fuzz everywhere. Fuzz is all over.
Don't worry, we're gonna have that pretty. We're gonna have that pretty soon. We're gonna end soon, but. No, I'm really grateful. Thank you for driving down, and you were singing. What songs were you singing?
Oh, dude, I mean, it's like EDM, so there's like, it's not like full songs. They're just like one or two.
Do you like Tame Impala?
Maybe I don't. The name doesn't sound familiar. Maybe there's so many artists. You know what I mean?
That's true. Wait, are you like a big Coachella fan?
No, I'm like EDC /
Oh my God! Did you go to EDC last year?
I did. Yeah. Here. I'll show you from my story right here on the way down. I'm getting feedback.
From your phone. Yeah. And then we'll get some pho after this. The restaurant closes.
Oh, wait. Oh, it's skipping. Don't you hate it when you show a story and it buffers?
Oh, there you are. You're dancing. He's dancing. Oh, I love. Boom.
It's free sol. Look up the word free sol.
What's free sol?
Free sol.
Look at me now.
Free sol. So free sol is free of. Here, I want to read the definition. I want to give justice.
Yes.
Free sol.
We're learning about Kurt's life, ladies and gentlemen, my boys and girls, my beautiful folk queens and folk kings.
Free sol, man, is a. I want to read the definition correctly.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
I don't have it memorized, but
I'm ready for it. He's pulling out his phone.
Here we go.
He's checking out the
free sol definition. Okay, it's hold on a second. Hold on.
I'm not a beatboxer.
Free sol. Here we go.
Free sol.
Do.
Here we go.
Hold on, I'm waiting. Nope, can't find it.
Free sol. Free.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
It's the state of mind meaning. It's the state of mind meaning a freedom of expression with a main objective of never conforming to the usual way of doing things. As simple as that. It's the ability to having that inner peace of not having to conform, not having to do something a certain way, but always being okay with exactly where you are, with exactly what you have at that exact moment all the time.
Wow.
It's living that sort of, and this isn't just like a rave thing, but it's just a song. It's called Free Sol.
Oh, it's a song.
It's a song,
okay.
But it's a word too. It's an actual word.
Right.
And so that is just, it's just that bliss. It's this life, like, like the second I saw you, I was like, how's life? And you're like, beautiful.
Yeah, that's my go-to line.
Right. I mean, I don't say, oh, my life's free sol, but like, it sounds like a cleaning product, but it's just like a way I carry myself. as an individual. And I don't like put on a face or put on a show. Sure, I put on a shirt that says smile, but
Right.
it's just a representation of the lifestyle I choose to live. And that is a description of how I look at everything. It's tattooed on my arm. Perspective.
I mean, do you believe in sort of like act it and it shall become it? So the more that you kind of act,
Yeah, to a point.
the more that you act and say these positive things and have that outlook of positivity, that positivity just somehow not only goes into you, but also you're also able to get it out of you at the same time.
Real recognizes real.
You know what I mean? Oh, I love that. Real recognize real.
Real recognize real, and people respond to confidence and not arrogance, but a confidence in yourself. And that's how I try to carry myself as an individual, and how people choose to look at me is that's fine. That's great. I don't like do it. Like I'm not like it's not gonna change who I am or how I carry myself.
You remind me of kind of like Jack Black. You know Jack Black?
Haha, yeah, dude, that guy zero fucks.
That guy
Zero in the world.
He is the epitome of just confidence.
Yes. He
Like
is the man.
He's just he is who he is through and through. That's like the first thing that I thought about. I was watching this YouTube video about him, and when you were talking about just like utter confidence about who you are as an individual, this guy just owns a room, and I guess society would call him like not what they would deem as like the Hollywood, male model, but fuck, I would rather be with him than any other.
Looking
you know what
good,
I mean?
Looking good only gets you. Looking good only gets you so far.
Yes.
And it's great to look good. It is. Don't get me wrong. Like if you look good and you're like a very attractive male or female out there and you've got it, own it and let that carry you.
You have that privilege of looks. Use it.
But like, and I'm not gonna dive deep into the whole "you're beautiful on the inside" thing. But like, it shouldn't. People like your confidence makes you look so much better than your actual looks, because the second you meet a good-looking person that has not no confidence, but like they have like that sourness about them, they're instantly unattractive. Like you just get that vibe from them.
Are you dating anyone, by the way?
I am.
Ooh, how's that person going along?
It's great. She's exactly the 1000%, couldn't be more opposite of me.
Wait, opposite as in like, well, still good vibes and value.
Yes.
But opposite as in like, wow, personality, like introverted.
Not a content creator.
All right, good.
Introverted, yoga.
Wait, is this the same one last year?
Plants, cats.
No, this is the one that you were developing a relationship with?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Oh my God. Oh,
Same
good
one.
for him. Don't make me cry.
Well, I mean, dude,
I love love.
it's a long, it's
The long distance right?
Yeah, she lives here now.
Oh my God, she does?
She moved here.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Holy shit.
The one who, yes.
Oh my God.
She lives here now.
He was in a long distance relationship with this, like he could not stop talking about her. And God, when she move here, dude?
December.
Congratulations.
What is it? Last year.
Oh
December.
my God.
Like October.
Holy shit.
November, December, yeah.
You guys don't live together?
No. She lives in Huntington.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool.
Don't make me cry,
it's
bro.
Still like long,
it's a good love.
It's still like a long distance because it's like...
Yeah, but Huntington is like a 2-hour drive, yeah.
Well, not current traffic. But
yes.
Here's the best part about it is we care about each other so much and we appreciate the time that we do get. She understands I'm busy.
Yeah.
She has her own shit as well. But it's like nice that we don't live in the same city, because if we did, all of our days, we spent every single day together. But the distance forces us to be productive in our own lives. And then when we come together, it's almost as if we haven't seen each other in a month, but it's really been like a week because it's like every weekend or whatever. And you get that like excitement every time. So it keeps it there rather than like, oh, I saw you yesterday.
But it's really good that she's in California, though.
Yes.
And nearby.
Yes.
So that's
it's
why
nice.
the tears.
It's nice. It's convenient. It's great. It's still... ever going, and
it's a work in progress, like
always
every
a work in
relationship.
progress,
But I'm so dude, don't make. Oh, I'm so happy that you.
But yeah.
Oh man, I'm glad that you're sharing some positive vibes with someone else that absolutely likes you too.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I said likes, but I don't know if you guys said the word love yet.
It's a loaded word.
It's a loaded
word. It's always
So Kurt, what?
It's no.
No, this is fun. Where can people find you, Kurt?
You can find me right here on Spill the Pho.
Yes, Spill
Exclusively
the
on
Pho.
Spill the Pho. I mean, I'm on every platform except for does anyone use Snapchat anymore? I don't use Snapchat.
No, do you use LinkedIn?
No.
Triller?
No.
Crash?
No.
Bite?
There's way too many apps, bro. I'm on the ever destroying TikTok.
Okay.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube are my 4 main. I put like less of my energy into TikTok. It's kind of like where my backlog of just random ideas happen. But still, nonetheless, I'm active on all 4: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and.
Dude, your stuff is phenomenal.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. So I mean,
Appreciate it. Oh,
yeah.
and this is what I was gonna say earlier. I know we're running out of time. When I was watching movies.
Yeah.
So the same thing. I do the same thing with content. That's how my content has developed to what it is. I watch other people's content, which I'm sure
You have to.
I do, and I steal quote unquote methods. How videos are shot. Trey Kennedy. How he shoots his videos. Genius. So much fun to watch. Or Trevor Wallace.
Okay.
That whole like documentary third party.
Right.
Like that's how I shoot my content. But how quick are the cuts? How fast does each clip happen? How long are their jokes? How many jokes? How do they deliver them? I analyze all that and I try to transpose it into my style. I don't try to copy them.
Right.
But I try to give a Kurt spin on that idea, and that's how my content has developed. If you look at some of my old YouTube videos, garbage. Hot garbage.
No, dude. I mean, it was learning. It's a learning experience,
it is.
right?
And I love it. I don't delete it. It's on there.
You have to keep it there.
Because I've grown, and I tell people, I was like, your content might be the best. Every new piece of content I put out is always my best because I'm always trying to make my next piece better. Just like how your next podcast is going to be better and your computer won't crash and we won't lose.
Right. Well, no, you're absolutely.
Next time there's going to be a little improvement.
It's always a learning process. I mean, the belly of the beast when it comes to content on the internet, people, because you ask like, how do I get more views? Blah blah blah.
Consistency.
I mean, it's not. Well, first off, you don't think about kind of like the views. Right now, you just think about like how can I post consistently? That's number one.
That's it.
Number two, how can I always be authentic and genuine of what I am posting?
Don't put on a face.
Right.
For your videos, be yourself.
People can feel that.
Yeah.
People know that.
That's why people are like, "Oh my God, how does he act so good?" And like, I'm not acting. I'm just
being you.
Just being you.
Like
unless it requires a character role,
right?
Then obviously you have to put on the sauce. But like, base value of the videos, I'm just me.
You gotta be like
video.
you gotta be like 120% yourself. Like if you are a person that
drink a Red Bull,
that is
the authentic, or like kind of like when someone's drunk,
yeah,
or baked.
You actually do that? You actually get baked?
Oh, dude, how do you think I thought of Disney in quarantine? I was obliterated high.
Okay.
I don't get drunk. I don't get drunk off I'm like because I'm always a driver. So every time I go to a social event,
I don't drink.
Right. Well, I'm saying like I'll have a drink, like
okay,
a
that
beer,
makes sense.
but I do not drink like to get drunk.
I love that.
But yeah, dude, I'm not a wake and baker, but I'm a creative smoker. So I'm like someone who uses it as a catalyst.
Do you call them like high ideas? High ideas?
I have a note section called
high ideas.
Not high ideas. They're just
ideas while you're high.
I think they're titled like high thoughts. I don't like or whatever. But I normally just write a whole note of whatever the video idea I'm thinking is because I've strayed away from that specific note. But I have like high thoughts. I think it's called high thoughts. But yeah, that's absolutely, and that's how I thought of Disney in quarantine. And how I wrote that entire
3-part series.
That entire 3 parts was
I am so fucking proud of you, by the way.
Thanks, man.
Yes, and then I'm glad. And then I saw that new post where you're like, hey, listen, I loved how you guys all loved the Disney in quarantine, but my content is ever evolving.
Yeah.
And so stay tuned.
It's not just going to be that. Well, I wanted to let people know that, like, I'm not going to just ride the train of doing the same thing. I'm going to force you to watch different sides of me rather than me just singing in every single video and like riding that train or whatever. I'm not going to be a one-trick pony. I'm going to do a variety of content and touch many different that's the great thing about my videos.
Right.
Is like a video I posted today was NFL fans. Not everyone watches the NFL, but the ones who do, they're going to love it. They're going to love that video because they're going to get it. I know right now every video I post is not going to be related to everyone. Disney in Quarantine was that special sauce of everyone gets it because it's Disney.
Right.
But everything else from moving forward, I just wanted people to know that like that's not all the cards I have in my deck. I've got a lot of stuff.
We're fucking excited. We're
It's
waiting
cool.
in the wings.
It's cool, and I like being in the creator shoes of like scrambling, but like controlled scrambling.
That's really good. And this is something that you've like, in a way, you've been doing this for like 10 years and all your hard work is paying off.
Dude, it's
only the beginning, because what an overnight success is actually like until you're dead.
Yeah.
And so you have one life and you're making it happen. I mean, the Smile Squad team, my friends, Markion, Alan, we talk about you often in the most positive ways.
Alan's solid dude.
So we are, I'm really happy that you're.
I'm grateful.
Fucking
I'm so
growing.
grateful, dude, that I would always say it. I would always say it like just to myself, and I'd be like, if someone would just give me the chance to show what potential I have, I will never take that for granted, and I will show people what I can do. But until then, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm not gonna give up. I'm never gonna give up, no matter
Don't give
how
up.
long it take. No matter how long it would have taken me.
Look where you are now, and you're still not giving up.
I'm not gonna give up. I could have 1 million, 2 million, however many followers you want to put a number on it, and I'm gonna treat it like I have nothing every single time I make a video, because it's gonna put that. I don't want to lose the passion I have for what I do because I'm after a number or a dollar sign or an amount of money in my bank. It's not. It's more than that. If I can pay my rent and eat, dude, and do this, I'm chilling.
You heard it. You heard it here first, you guys.
That's all I care about.
I love it. All right, dude. Is it at Kurt?
I wish if it was just my name's kind of like you have to say both, like Kurt Tocci.
Kurt Tocci. How do you spell
It's not like an at Gabe. So great.
Yeah,
Gabe.
he's so lucky.
Yeah. What a G. But like it just works. At Kurt doesn't really sound.
At Kurt Tocci, Tosse.
I
want people to know when they're. Yeah.
It's KURT TOCCI.
Thank you so much for doing this today.
Hey, dude, thanks for
Guys,
having me.
fucking follow him.
Jonathan.
DM him.
Send me a DM. I'll reply.
Don't forget, spill the pho.
And
highlights.
Subscribe to the pho.
Yes, please. And leave a review.
Yeah. Fill yourself with pho.
And we're going to get pho right now.
You need to start the.
Oh my God.
Yo, guys, it's time to fill yourself
with
pho.
Pho. Hello, my pho queens and pho kings. It's time to fill your stuff with pho.
Yes.
Welcome to another episode of Spill the Pho.
And then when something in your podcast in the future happens, like a big moment, you go, oh, the pho has just been spilled. It's that moment.
That'd be perfect.
Thanks for listening, guys. I love you.
I
appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate you.
Dude, thank you.
Yeah, that was fun. Holy shit.